All right, y'all. All right, so I am feeling a little better. You know what I mean? Good enough to stream event number 6 for the women's, the Dual 4. Huh. Very curious on what's going to turn out to be. Very excited. I hope you guys been enjoying the streams, y'all. You know what I mean? I guess it's more reaction because all this already happened. I mean, it says 12 hours ago. So I hope you guys enjoying the reactions. I get excited, and I like giving my predictions and describing each athletes, and you know, giving my predictions of the outcome, explain how the event should be executed, and then giving a background towards each athlete. You know what I mean? I'm still learning as I go. But this thing's been exciting. Rogue has been very excited during the workouts and all that good stuff. Hope you guys been enjoying it. We got a number of this to go. I think there's like 9 total or 8 total. Not sure. Anyway, we'll find out. Anyways, event number 6, the dual 4. Let's go.
It would not be the Rogue Invitational if we didn't have a duel, and that is what is up next for the CrossFit athletes as they wrap up day 2 of competition here in Aberdeen, Scotland, inside P&J Live. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Adrian Conway. Kiki Dixon's down on the competition floor, and it's the Duel 4 presented by Strongest. And one thing that's great about the Rogue Invitational, we got strong men, strong women, and we got CrossFit athletes. We're going to blend the two here in event number 4 as the CrossFit athlete's going to face the power stairs, and it's always a blast, Adrian, to see how these athletes can adapt to something new that they've never probably used before.
Well, that's right, and that's the unique part about the CrossFit side of things. We're getting strongman implementations, but we didn't even see this coming. This workout was only announced just moments ago.
Oh my gosh, it's an hour and 9 minutes long. Let's see this. Oh, it looks like it goes straight into it, so let's find out.
Oh, and now we get to find out how they can adapt on the fly.
Now, women are up first. Let's check out the overall standings as we head into the final event of Saturday. No shock that Tia Toomey's on top of the overall standings. 3 wins and a second place finish, 400.
All right, there you go. All right, so even though Laura placed first, it wasn't enough to get her past Magala. I think she's going to have to get another first, and Magala's going to have to be in third for Horvath to get higher, or just keep getting second place throughout the remaining of the comp. Gabriella still has a chance against Toomey. I think both of them do. You know what I mean? Anything can happen, but we'll see. We'll see. It's been exciting, y'all. They're holding it down. I'm very happy for Gabby because Gabby, you know, throughout the years, you know, I have never seen Gabby do as well as she's doing now. Brooke Wells stepping her game up. I'm just giving it time for her. I'm just giving it time since all the injuries and stuff she's been dealing with. That's why she's where she at. I don't know what this mean. I don't know what that means. I think that means she moved up. Oh, that's probably what it means, that she moved up while other people moved down. Oh, that's cool. All right. Anyway, let's get started.
95 out of a possible 500 points. Gabby McGowan sits in second, but only 20 points up now on Laura Horvath, who won the prior event, as the top 3 have really separated themselves from the rest of the field. Laura Horvath with a 100-point lead on Brooke Wells. The duel at number 4 is what awaits. It's going to be
okay, so it's 5
fast,
competing as,
and we're going to whittle the field down as we go through it.
5 up and over, 5 sled pushes, 4.
We're going to have heats of 5 to start. So 4 heats of
Danny
5.
Spiegel's going to take this one, yeah.
Bottom 5 times. We're going to go 3 heats of 5 after that.
For her heat at least. Is she in this one?
And then 2 heats, and then finally we're going to have a head-to-head matchup for the win. What are the keys
She's
here?
going to do good, too, because she's taller.
You know, it's important to know your race. We talked about them just finding out what this event is. You got to have a clear head and be focused on where you're at, but also anticipate what phase of the race is next. And then you've got to finish the pull, and this is in reference to the power stairs, Sean. They're going to be lifting a couple hundred pounds from stair to stair. They got to stand all the way so that they don't have a
Look, y'all, let's just be real. All right. It would be different if she was just killing it. Like, she was like oh, my gosh, what's his name? Cody? Chloe, you know, the smaller athlete on the men's side. He's not competing, but he's a badass. He's probably like 5'4", 5'5". And she was like him. Okay, I'll be up for it. But she has not been doing well. Period. You know what I mean? Just saying that Williamson is that Emma tall? She is taller, so it's gonna be between these two.
Bobble or the stairs slow them down.
Heat number 1. 5 women going at a time here. And there is Emma Tall.
Yeah, this is one of our athletes, Sean, who's had a great day today. She's come out. She's been able to have some movements.
Why that girl look like she's been crying?
Had favored her, finding herself in 7th place overall. She's been climbing the ladder quick, and now we've got to see how she responds to this pressure-packed environment of this elimination-style event.
Emma Tall coming off her best finish of the competition. A 4th place in the last event to put her in 7th overall.
So for this heat, Emma Tall, Wilson.
Taylor Howe will also be in this first heat.
We'll see.
18th place overall coming in.
Tall Wilson. She might. Tall Wilson. Let's just do that.
Heat 1 is underway. 5 times up and over.
Standard here is the athlete's got to climb over that quickly. It's going to be 5 times. Their both feet have to touch the ground, and then they're free to get back over to the other side.
So Tall and Williamson sprinting to that 160-pound sled. They got to push it across the floor.
To the Zeus ring. Once they get underneath the Zeus ring and pass that line.
All right, since you guys seen the floor, all right, let me see why. Let me tell you why. Because they're taller athletes. They have to hurdle over this. And then when they get to this, height. If you're a taller athlete, you don't have to bend so much. All you have to do is just lock out your hips, and then just literally just carry it over. You know what I mean? Without having to do a full-out deadlift. All you gotta do is lock out your hips. It's almost like a lockout, what they call it in movements, and then just swing it over to the next step, swing it over to the next steps. That's why I call Wilson and Tall. And look it. Am I right?
And now it's Emma Tall, who's going to be the first woman to that 225-pound weight. She's got to get up to the top of the stairs and then make the touch. And Emma Tall takes heat 1. Emma McQuaid and Taylor Williamson are done, and Taylor Howe and Perrin also finishing. So top 15 times. Moving on to the round of 15, the second round.
Wow. That's fast. She came out cooking.
Guys, I'm telling you, I know my shit.
So the top 15 of the dual part 4 will advance to the next round.
Well, we mentioned Emma Tall. How was she going to respond to the pressure? Well, here in the first heat, it was very well. She knew the race, knew exactly where to head next. Look at the leg drive and power that she exhibits here on the sled push. That's where she was able to create the most separation. Turns immediately, heads to those power stairs, and then it was the pull and the hops up all the way to finish, touching that buzzer.
Emma Tall, heat win, looking to move into round number 2, and we will get reset for the second of 4 opening heats.
All right, let me see who we got. All right, Alex. Oh man, Alex is gonna have to be quick. Like, she has the capability of taking over. I don't know if she'd be able to take over the whole event due to fatigue, but she got some power, so it may hold her up for a couple of heats. But I can't see her winning this event due to her height. Real talk.
Alex Kazan.
Another young woman having herself a day.
Barnhart.
6th place overall.
I want to say Brandon, but man, I don't know what's going on with Brandon. Because should be hers, but lately she haven't been having that killer mentality. You know what I mean? Like Brandon, in my opinion, she just competing and enjoying, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, it is what it is type thing. But I feel like that killer mentality in Brandon, you know, hasn't been here for the past few competitions. When she first showed up in the scene, she was a badass, but now I don't know. I mean, even this look on her face is getting me. So, you know, I hope I'm wrong. I always hope I'm wrong and stuff like that. But few in between. So I'm gonna get it to Barnhart. Sydney Wells might pull in this heat. Brandon, she's a question mark. Alex Gazan, you know, it's tough. I feel like she's gonna be quick. If she can just hold up that engine throughout this whole heat, she should be able to take it. You know what I mean? But she ain't gonna take it. She ain't taking the event. I already know that. Barnhart. Barnhart. I'm gonna say Brandon. I'm gonna say Brandon. Come on, Brandon.
We've got some heavy hitters coming out in this heat. A lot of these women can run, Sean, and they can run fast. I mean,
Brandon is not good at deadlifting, but for this one, she'll be all right.
Paige Simmons is one of them. Athletic background, specifically focused in collegiate hockey. We know that she can cover ground. She's going to have a time bounding over these up and overs. It's going to go by fast here.
Paige Simenza will be in the second lane from the left. Really just has to
Wells, I think she's going to get third.
Change 5 different times.
Hey, there you go.
Little taller than your standard dasher boards in an ice rink, though.
That's right.
The height on that thing is about 50 inches.
10 seconds. Stand by.
Alex is going to be quick, but it depends how quick.
Simenza and Brandon out front. Brandon at the far side. You can see her making quick work of these 5 up and overs. And Brandon's done, sprinting to the sled. Simenza's in second, followed by Wells, Gazan, and Barnhart. But Danielle Brandon's got to get under the rig, and then she'll make her way back to the power stairs and have to lug that 225-pound weight to the top and hit the buzzer. Danielle Brandon in the lead, and then it's tight behind her in second place. Brandon getting to the top, makes the touch, and it was close, as I think Alex Gazan closed the gap there.
Are you serious?
We'll have to wait for the times to fill in. We do know Danielle Brandon was first.
French court for crimes that occurred between 2012 and 21. Hundreds of cases. Some of this was
Wells.
in the Philippines, and he would watch it live.
Wells went ahead, and then it came to that step, and she fell apart. Barnhart, I don't know what she was doing. This is things happen that shouldn't be happening, but it's happening. Gazan, oh, that one, I don't know what happened, but even if she got third, like I truthfully feel like, you know, she it's a toss up with her, a second and third. But like I said, it was gonna come down to her quickness and how much she can hold it. Brandon did pull through. I'm glad I picked her out. I was hesitant. I'm glad I picked her out because she definitely has the body for it to execute this comp. I mean this event. Good job. You know what though? She moves so well. I can see her beating the first two, Williamson and the other one. So, all right. It might be Brandon's event. We'll see. Depends on how Horvath does. Depends on how Horvath does.
So she looks to move herself into round number 2.
Man, we talk about thinking outside of the box. Danielle Brandon had a unique approach there, man, especially early on those up and overs. That was really what got her the separation. Check this out, Sean. She's literally executing a touch and go up and over where she keeps her weight leaned towards that large bag, that bale, and that allowed her to have the advantage, slight edge over. Once she got to the weighted implements, that's where a lot of the field was able to start to close the gap. But she did what she had to do to create that buffer, and she was able to still edge out the competition.
Honestly, Brandon's gonna do better on this. Now that she got a feel for it, she's gonna move faster. It's gonna be crazy. Oh damn, man! I want to go for Brandon as well. The well she did on this one, I kind of want to go for it, but I gotta check out the other ones.
Making her way to that red button.
Gazan and Semenza were really close on that buzzer. We'll have to see how that shakes out as we're now halfway through the preliminary opening rounds here as we get set to cut down to 15.
Who we got? Spiegel.
Danny Spiegel.
Yeah, we know. Hey, listen, she's had some great success here in these duels, Sean, in years past. She can cover space, she can run, she can jump. And we know the sled is going to be nothing when it comes to loading for her. She's going to get to those stairs and fly.
11th place overall. Her best finish was last night in Brave.
Yeah. Isn't that Tia's girl? Alright. So I was about to say, alright. Spiegel gonna kill it. Spiegel gonna kill it. Adams. And you know, like the only thing that might get Spiegel is this part. Jumping over this thing. That's the only thing that's gonna slow Spiegel down. If you can beat her on that and keep that speed up, you got her. But yeah, I can't see anybody holding it down faster than Spiegel.
Part when she took 3rd place overall. Haley Adams is looking to get back on.
But I don't see Spiegel winning the whole event. She may win this heat, but she ain't winning the whole event.
On track after finishing 5th and then 6th. She's got 2 19th place finishes and then a 15th in the last event.
If you can beat Spiegel on this, you're good.
Emily Rolfe.
Spiegel and stay fast.
Also in this heat.
Yeah, another one. I wonder how many notes they were able to take watching Danielle Brandon do the bounding up and overs. That could come in clutch if people start to mimic that.
Well, unlike past years here in the duel, no one gets a bye.
That's right.
So everybody's got to go through round 1 here. Heat number 3 underway.
Oh.
So Danny Spiegel's going to be off first. Followed by Manana Enganez, Emily Rolfe, and Haley Adams. 160 pounds on that sled. No problem for Danny Spiegel.
All right, real quick, y'all. You saw that Danny Spiegel was moving pretty slow on that because you saw how Brandon got down. The moment she touched the ground, she was back on it. So Brandon might get Spiegel. Spiegel don't make that adjustment. Brandon got Spiegel on this one. Spiegel's gonna move fast through this.
And now it's to the power stairs. Spiegel and Enganez. The top two. 225 won't be a problem for Spiegel. And here come Adams, Sturt, and Rolfe. Spiegel makes the touch and takes her heat.
All right, so a couple adjustments. This too, that hesitation, all that stuff. So she's gonna make the adjustments the next time. It's already registered in her brain that what happened here. But she's gonna have to make that because even though she knows how it feels on that hurdle, it's still something you got to be. You have to be able to adapt to on the fly because it's not like she's gonna be able to practice it. I don't think they got one on the side, for them to practice it on, at this moment in time. I think they just stand. I think they just sit on the side where the athlete lounges or whatever that is until the next heat. So Spiegel have to keep certain points in mind. She's gonna plan on win this, but I don't see her winning this. I think I see her taking a couple of heats, but not winning it.
Anganez is in second, followed by Stewart, Rolfe, and then Adams.
And the rest.
Man, these are tight.
A very fast time. We're going to find out here who has the
39.12 seconds is the fastest time from Danny Spiegel, and we'll wait to see who came in behind her. The fourth and final opening round heat coming up. And it looks like Danny Spiegel was paying attention.
That's right. I mean, we knew this was a power-based event. We knew that it had some movements that were going to allow her to excel. And she executed it clean, and that's really all she needed to hope for. She came up and over those the up and over. She executed at a high level, and then of course this sled she was able to actually create.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't, because Spiegel jumped down, did the hesitation jumps, which takes up time to get over. So no, she didn't. You know what I mean? That's not high level. You know what I mean? That's not high level. You know, she did move fast, but it was not high level. You tap back over, especially since it's 5.
Just a touch more of a gap. You see her pulling away from a lot of the competitors. Manon Anganez was able to actually start to close the gap once she got to the stairs, but Spiegel was too far ahead already, executing the power stairs.
That hesitation, you know what I mean? These little seconds add up.
Spiegel still used that step up and over. We're going to see some athletes start to attack that thing with a jump. I see it in the future coming. And she might need to use that in the heats to come, as they're only going to get faster and faster as we go.
The fourth and final preliminary heat is out there.
All right. I remember. I can't remember. It was the last CrossFit game. Not the past one, but the one prior, 2003. I think Toomey didn't make it on this, and she got cut to the side. So I don't know. It might happen on this one too. Horvath. Who else we got? And truth be told, for Toomey, it comes down to this. But she's one of the smaller athletes. Where's Gabby at? Man, I can't know. That's Brooke Wells. I don't know if she's gonna do well. Who's that? Oh, Gabby's right here. Is that her? It might be these two. Who's that?
And Tia Toomey's going to be right in the middle of the floor. There.
Oh man, I wish I could put Toomey in this, but I can't see Toomey in this one. I think it'll be Horvath and Gabby. Tia is just too small. You know what I mean? Her over that thing. You know what I mean? She's gonna have to make up space on that from that sprint to the sled. You know, all that other stuff, but I can see Horvath and Gabby. We'll see.
Laura Horvath is coming off that first place finish in event 5.
She's got some momentum, Sean, and we know that she can run through space. We know that she can be powerful and explosive. She's going to have no trouble with these up and overs. It's all about how clean she can go.
Who's that?
Brooke Wells and Ariel Lowen will be the bookends in this heat.
All right. No. Are you serious? Look at that. That's Toomey. If Toomey gets off that faster than them, she got it.
Wells, the bottom. Lowen at the top, those long pants, and it's Magawa and Toomey off the same time to the 160-pound sled. Magawa gets out slightly ahead of Toomey on that push. And Magawa is going to be off first, neck and neck with Tia Toomey. Here comes Laura Horvath. And now Lowen and Wells. Here comes Laura Horvath. She's going to make the touch right behind.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Damn. Wow. That was exciting, guys. That was exciting. All right, like you got. Oh my gosh, Toomey. I told you y'all. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see Toomey taking this one, and damn, and she was right there too. Yep, Horvath, and and McGowan. Wait, why is that like that? Oh, okay.
Gabby McGowan. I think it's going to McGowan, Horvath, and then Toomey.
I love it. I love it. The competitive nature of these women, they all finish and they all look extremely annoyed. Like, I wasn't fast enough, Sean. It didn't matter where they finished, it wasn't fast enough. But here's the cool thing. We know the Olympics.
Damn, it was on those steps, too. I think as I was watching it, Toomey hesitated on one of the steps. Let me go back. I'm just curious. All right, here we are.
Now Gazan, or pardon me, Lowen and Wells.
It was that one. Watch, let's go back. It was the second one. Watch.
Wells.
That one.
Here comes Laura Horvath.
It was that second one that got her.
He's gonna make the touch.
Oh well.
So even though they might have beaten one another, the top 5, these ladies all executed to a top of the.
And she had it. She had it. It's alright, because Toomey was going to win the event anyways. I already knew that. Daniel Brandon might take one because right now her athleticism have outperformed all the athletes that just competed right now. So it might be Gabby show. I mean, not Gabby show. Brandon show. She got straight athleticism coming out here.
Like, it was a very clean run for almost all 5. They'll all have a chance to advance. We just got to tally the scores. But wow, Gabby really surprised me coming first off the up and overs. And I'll tell you what, she opted for more of a shorter, choppier step here on the sled to the left, as you can see. A little bit of some quicker steps, and it allowed her to get there. Rep for rep with Tia. She was able to edge her out, and also did Laura there in that final stretch.
Less than a second separating the top 3. Top 15 move on. So we will take a quick break as they figure out who will advance to round number 2. The duel number 4 continues when we return to the 2024 Rogue Invitational.
Okay, so there's long breaks.
4 power stair steps of 225 pounds.
I thought it was going to be like a whole hour of activity.
Oh man, the keys are to know the race. We just got it dropped on us.
Feel that, right? Especially after the first, after the first time around. Yep, know the race, know what you gotta do. Reflect on what you did right. Reflect on what you did wrong. You know what I mean? But I still see Daniel Brandon holding it down if the other athletes don't make the adjustments.
We have a deeper understanding. I'll say the keys have even transformed going into round 2. Now you've got to touch the implements. You know how the power stairs feel. So now you've got to be able to execute it at a higher level. And of course, on those power stairs, finish the pull. Athletes are getting a little held up if they nick the steps. And of course, that extra resistance is not a good thing when you're shooting at something for time that's going this fast.
3 heats now with 5 women in the top 15 times moved on from round number 1.
All right, who's all in this one?
And likely that we're going slowest times to fastest times.
Haley.
You got Amanda Barnhart, Maddie Sturt. Yeah.
This is sad. You know what I mean? It's like the heat. It's like the heat of the losers. I hate that. This is sad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, you already know what's going down. All right. Haley. First is, yeah. I'm more curious who's gonna be last than who's gonna be first. All right, these two gonna be last. All right, so Haley, her, and then fight for 4th and 5th.
Emily Rolfe, Dana Perrin, and Haley Adams out there for for the first of 3 heats.
Haley showing off for the crowd there. Another crowd favorite, of course. Everybody loving Haley's back on the competition floor.
I don't know how Haley jumped over the thing with that skirt on. Like, isn't that restrictive? I mean, I guess it's not, but damn. All right.
I think it's also just a sign of how she's enjoying the process and enjoying competing. That's something you probably wouldn't see from Haley Adams before she took that break.
That's right, and it's an important aspect for all athletes in many different ways. Now, we saw some really tight races in the first round, and I expect, Sean, that they're even going to be significantly tighter here, mainly because, like we just mentioned, like they've gotten a run through this already. Athletes have had a chance to manage a new game plan, tweak some things, and now they're going to get to go at a faster rate.
So bottom of the top part is Barnhart, Sturt, Rolfe, Perrin, and Adams. First of 3 heats. We're going to cut down to 10 after this round. First heat of round 2 is underway. 5 up and overs, 55 inches is what they have to traverse as far as the height is concerned. And it's Emily Rolfe and Haley Adams off first, followed by Amanda Barnhart. Rolfe to the sled, 160 pounds, got to push it 50 feet. And Haley Adams is close, and Amanda Barnhart's starting to gain ground. Rolfe is off first, Adams and Barnhart right behind her. And here comes Dana Perrin and Maddie Sturt. 225 pounds, got to lug that thing up those 4 power stairs. Haley Adams gaining ground on Emily Rolfe. Haley Adams got a little hung up. Rolfe tripped, was able to make it first. Adams is second, Perrin third, followed by Barnhart and Sturt.
Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness. Talk about ups and downs. I mean, the people were closing the gap. Rolfe had a step.
Okay, I remember her now. Alright, I remember that face. Alright, so I'm not surprised she's doing as well. She normally does well. She normally does good. Clearly she's not doing as well as she done in the past. But you know, I still recognize her, so she's still got some fight in her. I really thought Haley was gonna take it, but congrats to Rolfe.
Eddie lead, Perrin came out of nowhere.
I kind of questioned that though, like how she just dove and hit that button. Like I thought you had to be on the step fully before she did that. Maybe she was.
My goodness.
Are they gonna replay it?
Way to finish there by Emily Rolfe though. She was definitely starting to feel the pressure. Haley was putting it on her from that far lane.
And you mentioned, pardon me.
Enzo's hesitation, like when you hit, like look at when they're coming up, you'll see that she hit that step or there's that hesitation that slowed her down.
Finish your pull.
That's right.
And I think Rolfe may have gotten hung up there.
Yeah, a little bit, and it's natural to assume. I mean, look, the fatigue that gets built even in this short working window, after this sled push right here, their legs do not feel like their normal legs, meaning they push past that finish line of the sled push, they turn and run, and they're like, wait, what's going on? Is there a gorilla on my back? Because they feel heavier, their legs feel slower, and then to add to that, you've got to lift 225 pounds now, an extra 12 or so inches each step, and that's where the hang-up happened.
Okay, I get it. I mean, I give it to her. Yeah, I mean, you know, she wasn't on her feet. She did ascend to the next step before she hit that button. So it's
for
fair.
Rolfe, wow, and she was able to still follow through and be an athlete there, even from that kneeling position.
I thought maybe it got hung up.
Damn. All right, where we at?
The lip of the steps, but it didn't. It was just a slip on her part. Now we're ready for the second heat. Looks like Manon Anganese is out there. One of the Wells sisters.
One of the Wells, all right. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know.
Of course, Tia Toomey.
And what I'll say, Sean, in the final heat of round 1 with Tia, the power stairs gave her a little bit of trouble compared to the other women in her heat. I'd be interested to see her adaptability to how she simply moves that thing up the stairs versus the way that she did in round one, because she was right there the entire time, and that slowed her up just a touch compared to Gabby and Laura.
It's Anganese, Sydney Wells, Tia Toomey.
I see Tia taking it. Emma been holding it down, so we'll see what's good. Between Toomey and Tall.
Move on.
I'm also interested to see what happens with Emma here. She significantly won her heat the first round out, and now that she's going to be in a tighter field, I wonder if this will push her a little bit faster and create more urgency in her execution.
Well, Manon Anganese has had a pretty good competition so far, coming in 8th place overall.
Yep. I honestly have been extremely impressed in her execution throughout. Very steady, very quiet in a way, right? Not coming out with any event wins, but doing what she needs to do to be in the top 10. Putting herself in a great situation here as we execute through event 6.
Second of 3 heats in round 2. Underway, 5 up and overs. It's Tia Toomey and Ariel Lowen, I think, who are in the lead here. Toomey's going to be off first. Wastes no time. Lowen right behind her, and it's Sydney Wells and Emma Tall. Manon Anganese in 5th, but she's quickly making up that ground. Toomey in the lead on the sled push. And out of the power stairs along with Emma Tall. Manon Anganese has moved into 3rd ahead of Wells and Lowen. 225 pounds up the stairs.
Yep.
And it's Tia Toomey's going to take her heat. It was close between Anganese and Tall. Wells, and then I think Lowen came in 5th.
All right, y'all. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Toomey clearly can get down and do this, but it's those little hesitations, those last 2 steps. She can't be having that. She gotta just smooth. Those little hesitations what gets her. You know what I mean? But predictions are right. We good. All right, next.
8/100ths of a second between Tall and Anganese.
Woo! It is going to be a dramatic way to try to find the top 10 of this round. It's going to be tight. But Sean, like we talked about, Tia came out and she learned something. Even her up and unders, she's tucking her right.
All right. This one, though, she got to stop with that double hop. She got to just bounce right up.
Knee up tighter, right into her chest, and it allowed her to get a slight edge here, which she needed because a lot of the rest of the field really closed the gap here on the sled push to her. Emma Tall, to be specific. And my question in my mind was, how would she attack the power stairs differently? And for the first 3 stairs, she had a much cleaner transition. We talk about finish the pull. She had a little bit of a hold up on stair number 3, but wow, she got it done. Even checking the stairs, she's like, wow, was that one stair a little higher than the rest? But she got the job done, and she'll look to advance here as we see the times play out.
Tia Toomey did not win her heat in the opening round, but clearly improved on that, like you said, Adrian. And nearly got like a running start off of the final up and over. She leapt off the top of that thing, and now we're set for our 3rd and final heat.
All right. Brown's going to cook him. Amen. It's going to be Brandon. It's going to be between Horvath and Gabby. But if Horvath can't make that adjustment, Gabby is going to be Brandon, Gabby, Horvath. Was that Gazan?
And these are going to be the fastest competitors from round 1 at least.
Yeah.
Danielle Brandon right in the center.
Brandon
Magawa set a really strong tone in that last successful heat. Brandon was the one that came out with those touch and go.
It's gonna be where's she at? I see her. Anyway, it's gonna be a competition between Horvath and Gazan. Brandon's gonna cook him. Or you know what? All 3 of these. It's going to be a competition between Horvath, Gazan, Magawa. Brandon, she's going to do her thing. She's going to cook.
I'll be interested to see if she carries it in around.
She's going to cook.
Semenza, Magawa, Brandon, Horvath, and Alex Gazan all out there.
Brandon's cooking this one. Brandon came out tonight.
Final heat of round 2.
She keeps it going.
And once again, it's Danielle Brandon who's got the fastest pace on those up and over. She's going to be the first one off and onto the sled, followed closely by
a mile, y'all. I parked like 3 cars in that gap.
Gowa and Horvath. So Gabby McGowan starting to make up some ground on that sled push. Laura Horvath and Alex Kazan are even, along with Paige Semenza, so it's going to be tight. Here comes Danielle Brandon, first of the power stairs. McGowan and Horvath are neck and neck. And Laura Horvath with a late
21 miles per hour, and it feels like 16 degrees.
Oh man, damn you, Brandon.
I cranked up the car instead of just pressure.
Are you serious, Brandon? Are you serious? I'll tell you, y'all. Game changer. You know, that's what we've been talking about this whole time. Like, everybody be doing good, and then they hit something. They hit something, there's some hesitation. You can't mess up here. You can't mess up here. Game changer. Damn, Brandon. Congrats to Horvath. She needed that. She needed that. But at the same time, Tia needed that because since Horvath won this one and not Gabby, Horvath's in third and she's way behind Tia, you know, as far as the standing goes. So if Horvath wins, Tia is still ahead by a lot due to this.
Charge is going to win the heat, followed by Brandon and McGowan, I think.
Wow.
Ooh, yep. Yep. Tia's going to be all right.
That final stair got Danielle with a relatively clean run. She's going to have a couple instances where she'll want to clean that up, but what a clean run by Laura. Sean, we've seen this from her before where it's like she almost methodically starts these duels on purpose. Like, leaves a little in the tank. She's like, oh yeah, I'm going to let you guys get out ahead of me, and I'm going to stay just nipping at your heels. And that's exactly what she did. She stayed close enough to Danielle.
No, it wasn't.
Brandon to be within striking distance, trusting her speed, trusting her capacity. And then once they got to those power...
It was because Brandon hesitated, hit that step, would slow her down, glad Horvath get ahead. That's what happened.
It was the clean run by Laura Horvath. The stairs got Danielle right there, and it was enough to allow Laura to edge her out.
Yeah.
Just a second and a half separating the top 4 women in that heat. And now we're going to cut down again.
Yep.
All right. We got fast forward. Fast forwarding. Fast forwarding. Where we at? Man, it's a long gap. Sheesh. All right.
I'll tell you what makes it tough about...
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Tall. I think Tall's going to take it.
The Sean, as athletes get within themselves in their head, know that this is a fast race and they want to sprint all out. And sometimes it's better to have a slightly slower run, but cleaner outcome than to go really fast and be slightly out of control.
Alex Kazan in lane number 4, 6th place overall. She jumped up 7 spots after the opening event of the day, and then moved up again after finishing 7th in event 5. Five times up and over that 55-inch cylinder.
Oh, Gazan's pulling through.
And Gazan's going to be off first, closely followed by Emma Tall, Dana Perrin, and Ariel Lowe. And Manon Anganese is going to be the last woman to the sled. Gazan.
Wow. Emma
got overtaken by Emma Tall. Emma Tall is going to be first to the power stairs, followed by Gazan and Paran. And now Anganese is in fourth. And it's Ariel Lowen in fifth. Emma Tall with one step to go, and Emma Tall is going to take her heat. It's going to be, I think, Paran beat out.
Are you serious? Paran got Gazan. Oh well.
Gazan on the touch on the buzzer. And she did by a
I'm becoming an Emma Tall fan, y'all. I'm becoming an Emma Tall fan. You know what I mean? Happy for her. You know, she's doing good. She's doing real good. All right, you woke me up. All right. Let's go.
And she did by a tenth of a second. Manon Anganese is going to take fourth, and Ariel Lowen is in fifth. So Emma Tall at 38.07 seconds. Looking to move on to the next round. Only 5 women will move on to the next round. Great charge there by Emma Tall on the sled.
Yeah, she did in this round what she's done in the previous 2. She has a unique ability to be right in a threatening distance, and once she gets to that sled, she just starts to chew up the turf, man. She gains ground, she overtakes the lead, and then that puts her in a great situation to be in the driver's seat once she gets to the power stairs. And that was a very clean run on those stairs for her and allowed her to be smooth right to the button.
And Dana Paran just edged out Alex Gazan on the touch of the buzzer. As now round 2.
Who's here? Are they all going at it again? Is that Toomey?
Second and final round is set to go. Paige Semenza, Danielle Brandon, Laura Horvath, Gabby McGowan, and Tia Toomey.
All right. This is who we needed to see. She's going to be in fifth. All right. So don't even worry about her. She'll be all right. Brandon, you know where you messed up at. You can easily win this. Get your head right. Tia, same. Tia might get second. Tia might get second. It's gonna be a tight one, y'all. It's gonna be like just like the other one. It's gonna be tight. Fifth, and between these, Tia just can't make a mistake. Brandon can't make a mistake. She's gonna slow down on the sled, as you can clearly see, but she can take off in those sprints. You know what I mean? She just can't make a mistake. Horvath, she just gotta push it a little harder on that. She just need to run a little faster.
There is a grocery store that I passed that I
Same. They just gotta move a little faster. You know what I mean? Because if they don't make a mistake, it's game over. Brandon, you got this. I can't predict.
Big important.
I want to go Brandon.
Only 5 are gonna advance.
I want to go Brandon 10.
They're feeling the pressure here.
2, 5th.
Let's see who can string it together and have another clean and fast run.
Well, it's big for Laura Horvath because she only trails Gabby McGowan by 20 points for second place. Should be a good battle between Brandon and Horvath right in the middle.
From what we know, Danielle will come off first from the up and overs, and then it will be about the distance Laura can close down the stretch.
So Brandon first, followed by Horvath and Semenza. Tia Toomey is in fourth, and Gabby McGowan.
And here comes Laura.
I don't know what happened to McGowan. She's back there on the hay bale. We'll have to keep an eye on her. Hope she's okay. As Laura Horvath is ahead of Brandon going to the power stairs. Semenza sits in third, followed by Toomey. Now Horvath makes a touch. She's going to win her heat. Brandon is next, followed by Semenza and Toomey.
Faster.
So let's put Toomey in 4.
Anybody know what kind of fruit this is?
Wow,
Reminds me
this
of
turned out
bell peppers.
completely different than what I expected. But hey, he. All right, so let's go back to. I'm gonna make a guess.
Lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. I like how their tomatoes are
About
cute in the
Gabby.
container.
Before they, okay, was this rewinded? All right, what I saw. I ain't want to know yet. Look, I'm just gonna watch it. Here we are, Gabby. Gabby's trying to do what Daniel Bryan was doing with this, the single jump off, jump back off, jump off, back on. There's a couple things that could happen. She could twist her ankle because of that adjustment, that last minute adjustment of jumping off, jumping back up, jumping off, jumping up. She could pull some.
Okay, I found some cookies.
Twist ankle, pull some. All right. At first, I thought she like burnt herself off trying that adjustment, but she stayed there. So she either twists her ankle or she pulls some.
From the up and overs, and then it will be about the distance Laura can close down the stretch.
Well, Brandon first, followed by Horvath and.
Y'all see that?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna walk away.
Oh, Danielle will come off first
Look.
from the up and overs, and then it will be about the
Look
distance
at that
Laura
leg.
can close down the stretch.
Well, Brandon first, followed by Horvath and Semenza
All right.
and Toomey.
Faster and faster and faster every time.
And Gabby McGowan is looking like she's not putting a lot of weight on that left foot. I hope she is okay. Joshua Hicks, who's the head of the medical team, she's going to help her off. But Gabby McGowan, second place overall. Laura Horvath wins her heat.
Wow. Well, and this did start a lot like we expected. Danielle Brandon coming out fast. She, of course, has that rebounding effect there with the up and overs. But it was Laura that was able to close the gap and then take over the lead there. And then again, like we talked about, she starts at a bit of a conservative pace. And each round, she gets to touch these implements. She gets faster and faster and faster. And this was her fastest run of the day, getting the top time in that round.
You can see she knew it as she got to the top. Laura Horvath at the end of event 5. Kiki Dixon said, "You're in third place right now." And Laura said, "Yeah, don't worry, we're going to change that." And so far, backing up.
So
Look at the side.
like Gabby's out. So if she's out, that gives Horvath a chance to take her crown back. You know what I mean? Or not take her crown, or keep her crown. We'll see. Very excited. This is a game changer right now. If Gabby didn't twist her ankle, she would have definitely been up there. I'm not sure she'll take first. It may have been second or third. It should probably been second, because Daniel Bryan definitely slowed down on this last heat. So she probably have got second. But it seemed like Gabby's out. So it's Horvath and Toomey.
Up the top. We'll have to wait to see what the top 5 times are heading into the next round, and then we're going to cut it down to the final 2.
It's a final 2?
Before the gates open up.
Got even faster, 36.26 seconds.
Should start doing that, or maybe they already do. Scan your receipt,
Yeah,
and it opens up. I know Amazon does it in the airport. If you want to
She is still being ahead, but she ain't gonna be ahead by a lot after this one.
In Vegas, you got to scan your receipt before to let you out. Or
Sheesh.
too, if you use a card, it will already know that you paid, and it'll let you out. But I've been into a situation where I had to scan my receipt to let me out. I think it was the Amazon store.
Herself a spot inside the top 5 here in event 6.
All right. Let's see what happens. Brian get one more chance. I know Tui's hoping that Brandon gets her. If Brandon gets Horvath, then Toomey still got some space. But we'll see what's good.
There's Laura Horvath, who is building momentum here on day number 2. Has a second and a first today.
And I'm really excited. I mean, it's going to be back and forth. We're going to see Danielle Brandon come out hot, come out fast off these up and overs, but then it's the 2 best sled pushers in the game with Laura Horvath and Emma Tall side by side in lane 3 and 2, and that's where they've been closing the gap on Danielle Brandon, who's coming out quick.
Nope.
And then, of course, we'll see what Dana and Paige can bring to the table in lanes 4 and 5 here and how they'll finish out in this race.
Danielle Brandon has been one of the fastest athletes that we have seen on those up and overs, but as you mentioned with Horvath on the sled, who's been making up a lot of time there. Certainly do not count out Emma Tall and Paige Semenza. Semi-final heat is underway. And it's going to be Danielle Brandon off first. Laura Horvath the second, followed by Paige Semenza, Dana Perrin, and then Emma Tall.
Darren Gow, y'all push it.
Brandon to the sled. Just ahead of
Come on.
Laura Horvath.
Come on.
Making up some ground. Horvath's going to be done first. It's neck and neck. Horvath has a slight lead over Tall and Brandon. Laura Horvath is going to take her heat, and it's going to be Emma Tall in second, followed by Brandon, Perrin, and Semenza. So it's going to be...
I'm a Tall fan, y'all. I'm a Tall fan. Y'all, Emma Tall came out of woodworks. I know she's been around for a while because I'm very familiar with her name. I don't know how long, but I'm very familiar with her name. But I'm definitely a fan. I think she's going to do great. All right. Shout out to Horvath.
Emma Tall and Laura Horvath for the event win.
Wow.
We're going to confirm. And then we'll be set for the...
What an event. What an event. What a day for Emma Tall. Making some serious moves up the leaderboard. Wow.
And just like Laura Horvath, Emma Tall has had a great day too. A 7th and a 4th, and now looking at worst, a second place finish.
That's right. I mean, this really started the way we thought it would. Danielle Brandon doing what she does, sprawling over those up and overs. I mean, people are going to need to go back and watch her film and try to mimic what she was able to do there. And then, of course, it was Emma and Laura really making up some ground right there on the sled, as both of those women have throughout the other heats throughout the day. And then it was a clean run here on those power stairs. Laura, like we mentioned, cool as a cucumber there, not letting the moment get the best of her. Emma Tall, Danielle right on their heels.
Danielle Brandon is going to finish 3rd in the event. That's her best finish of the competition. She came in 13th place overall with 225 points. She was 35 points out of a spot inside the top 10 with Brandon. So it's going to be Horvath taking on Emma Tall for the win.
Yeah, they're still going.
Laura Horvath, as I mentioned, having a great day two. Started out on day 1 with a 4th. Then took a 3rd, had a hiccup in a damage control event for her with those wall-facing handstand push-ups in the wall walk complex in event number 3. That was the 14th place, but today a 2nd, and then she ended Tia Toomey's 4-event winning streak with a win in event 5. Let's go back and watch that final heat just one more time.
Yeah, in the live action, you get to see it right here. Great view. Watch Danielle have a few steps on the rest of the heat. Paige even right there on Laura's heels. This sled has been such a differentiator for Emma Tall. She was dead last getting to that sled. And then look at the ground she's able to make up. All that power and strength right into that sled. And then it was the top three the rest of the way. It was Laura Horvath on that clean run, though.
Yeah, Laura, I was just going to say, she's done a great job of not having any hiccups on those power stairs.
None.
Now she's another heat win away from her second win of the day and her second straight event win.
That's right. And even when you think about how does Emma try to overtake Laura here in this final heat? Where does she have the opportunity? Well, what you can't count on is Laura messing up. So you've got to try to be a little bit more risky in this run. You're already going to get top two. If she can find a way.
Honestly, I can see Emma doing what Brandon was doing as far as the hop over. You know what I mean? So it's not like if she can do that, do what Brandon was doing, she got this. You know what I mean? If she's just being really slow on these hop overs, that's killing her, because I feel like she's just as good or as strong as an athlete as Horvath. I can see them very comparable to each other. You know what I mean? But it's the hop overs. I can see Emma Tall making that adjustment. It's just her doing it.
Way to navigate those up and overs a little faster, to be closer to Laura on that sled, she'll have a chance at making a move on those power stairs.
I think that's probably, you're absolutely right, the only spot in this event where Emma can gain some ground is on the first portion, because Laura's been great on the sled and she's been picture perfect on that 225-pound weight on the power stairs.
Yep.
Yeah, and perhaps you just stay a little close a little earlier in that race, and maybe that forces an error on Laura's part. Makes her find that threshold a little sooner in the race, and you never know.
You know, that's not bad. You know, I like what he said. You know what I mean? Because, you know, pressure, like if you can keep that pressure on somebody, you know, it can cause them to mess up. You know what I mean? If someone's not completely focused on what they're doing, like the steps have been the biggest issue for a lot of athletes. So if we can keep that pressure on Horvath, thinking that girl's going to catch up to enough that Horvath messes up or stumbles over the steps, you know, with that weight, that might be it for Tall to get what she needs. I like that. All right, now it's time to compete. All right. It's been a long event. All right.
For her second straight event win, Emma Tall looking for the first event win of her career here at the Rogue Invitational.
Tia needs this. Tia needs this. You know what I mean? Because if Horvath gets second, Tia is very happy because she still got that cushion. You know what I mean? I said, Emma Tall just got to do that. Just do that quick adjustment. She good on those jump overs. Be straight.
It turned up real quick in here. Here we go.
Look how buff she is.
Laura Horvath has been great on the second two movements here, the sled and the power stairs. Emma Tall has been fantastic.
Mom, after this, I'm going to be heading out. I already ordered the stuff.
Yep. On the sled.
Can she get there faster on this run?
go. Tall versus Horvath for the win. 5 up and overs to start.
Laura stole a page from Danielle Brandon's book. She did that up and over faster than any other round so far.
Horvath off first. Let's see if Emma Tall can once again make up some ground on the sled. Tall doing a good job of staying right in Horvath's back pocket, and now onto the power stairs. 225 pounds has got to be moved to the top. Horvath is on the lead here.
That,
for Tall, that's going to open the door.
you know what I mean? Damn. Oh man. And you know what? You know what it is too? It got switched around. Let me say this. What probably got Emma Tall is because she saw Horvath making an extended lead on the run. So after the sleds, because Tall ended pretty close to Horvath, but as they start sprinting, Horvath started making that lead, which is forcing Emma Tall to move faster. And I think because it forced Emma Tall to move faster, that's what made that mistake right there for her to trip over the steps. That's how I'm gonna call it. That's how I see it.
Door for Laura Horvath. Second straight event win. Emma Tall is gonna take seconds.
Wow.
That's what's up. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm an Emma Tall fan. I'm happy for her. I think she's solid. I really do think she's solid. I hope she has a great career, you know what I mean, in CrossFit. I mean, clearly, she's doing all right to get invited to the Invitational and stuff like that. But I think she's a solid athlete, you know what I mean? I'm very grateful I got introduced to her and starting to become more familiar with her and who she is as a athlete. Overall, I was gonna say individual, but I don't really know what her character is like. But she seems cool, man. You know what I mean? She brings it. You know what I mean? And she built too, the girl. She definitely looked like an athlete. Happy for her. That's all. Shout out to him. All right, so that's the end of the event 6, the dual 4. The next one's gonna be the men's, but I'm gonna take a break, y'all. I am tired. I'm hungry. I got pizza ordered, and it's time to eat. All right, catch y'all later. Stay great.